Welcome once again to my channel. I want to make macaroni with beans. This is my macaroni already parboiled, and this is my sugar beans already cooked, not seasoned but cooked. And these are the ingredients I'm going to use. I will use meat and the stock that you can see right there. Onion. I would use pepper. I would use tomato, fresh tomato, and I would also use a sachet tomato, which I would show you while I'll be putting it inside the pot. This tomato will be divided into two so much because even while making the jollof macaroni with beans, I would also make egg sauce from it, which we're going to use to eat this meal. And during the process of these items, I'll carry you through. This will be used for the egg sauce in order to make it, to enrich it so that whatever quantity you take from it, you'll be satisfied. And then it will be well nourished. So welcome back to my channel. Happy viewing. These are the remaining ingredients I would use. I have here, it's already open, I just ginger garlic powder, party jollof, and then pepper terra. I'll be using this. I already have garlic in my onion. This white one, I mixed them together while I was packing them out, so I'll put them together. Then, but for the purpose of this, I'll use that one basically for the sauce. But for this one, I'll use this one for the macaroni. I'll go in with my groundnut oil first after the pot was heated and then the water was dried up. I'll pour in some quantity of groundnut oil. Allow it to stay hot. Or to heat up for a while. After it heats up for a while, I'll add some quantity of onion and garlic. Remember I said I was going to use it both for the jollof macaroni and the egg sauce I'm meant to make for this purpose. So I'll give it a stir, which I just did, and then I'll add garlic ginger spice, like small spices, sugar powder spice. And when you're adding this, remember that ingredients has a little salt, so that while you are putting your salt, going in with your salt, be much careful in the quantity of salt you add into it. Give it some stir. After stirring it, I'll allow it to heat up for a while until it becomes soft. Okay, my pot handle was a bit weak, so I had to screw it up to become firm. So after that, I'll give it some stir, and then it cooks for a while, and I'll add my little quantity of pepper. I'm serving this for little children and myself, so I'm very careful with the quantity of pepper I use. And also I'll add in some chopped tomato, and then I'll ensure I heat it up for the water to dry up before I use it. Else, I wouldn't know what my food will turn into. But it's your choice. If your choice of making it is telling you that You shouldn't heat up the tomato well, you could allow it. But for a recipe like this, I have never tried. I would want to try it up. I will now add my sachet pasta jollof, and after adding it, and then I'll also add the pepper terra. These two ingredients contain some quantity of pepper that makes the food spicy. So if you're cooking for a child, you have to be conscious of the fact that your food might be a little bit spicy. So I stirred together. Remember, I had already used fresh tomato and it had heated up for a while, and I realized that it was getting drier. I had to add a little oil to it. I'm one person that don't use so much oil when I want to prepare a meal. So what I do is that I start with little oil and then just keep topping it up until I get my desired quantity. I added my seasoning. No, after adding my seasoning, I still allowed it to heat up. You can stir if you want. You can allow it to heat up. After stirring for a while,
Who is making that noise?
the next thing I added into the pot was my meat and then the stock. I added some quantity of meat together with the stock, and after now I was ready to actually add the beans and then the macaroni. The steps in the mixture can differ with what you have in mind. You don't necessarily need to follow those steps. You could put it in the other way around that favors you. I did it the way it favors me. So however you turn it, it will still give you the same result. So that was the jollof, the stew I needed to use for the sauce I needed to use for the jollof, and the beans. After I heated up for some time, and I was sure it was ready for the macaroni to go in, I poured in the macaroni, and after pouring in the macaroni, I stirred the macaroni first, because if I add the beans and then stir them together, I might end up dissolving the beans since it was extremely soft. All I needed to do was to ensure I had a quick stir of the macaroni before I added the beans. So I added little water to enable me mix my sauce and the macaroni very perfectly well. So I kept on stirring, and then I added salt. Remember, I didn't add salt in the beans, and then I now added my beans. My beans is already cooked, and then I stirred it again. After stirring it, and I was okay that it had a good mix, I added a little water again because it was too thick, so that the seasoning can go through, filter in, then every other ingredient can filter it. I didn't want to have a dry macaroni. I wanted to have a loose macaroni. And so I was very skeptical about what I was doing. So that was just the face of it. After it was cooked, um, that is what we had. The macaroni by this time. Okay, this was the outcome after it was properly cooked. I used pressure pot to cook it, and I needed a very soft macaroni because I needed to serve a baby with it. The macaroni was just perfect to fit the little child and every other child and adult. Altogether, the preparation time from after the sauce was ready was about 15 minutes since the beans was already cooked. But it took me about 1 hour to slice and have it to this moment. So watch out for more episodes. In the next episode, we'll be showing how to prepare the egg vegetable sardine sauce that we'll be using for this.